Welcome back to The Explainer. Today we're jumping straight into the absolute chaos and, honestly, the hilarious tragedy of the Indian higher education system. We're breaking down this brilliant web animation called Garib College. It literally dismantles all the wild absurdities students face every single day. If you've ever, fought with admissions, survived crazy exams, or just drowned in bureaucratic red tape, oh man, you're gonna feel this one in your bones. Let's get into it.
So, the whole thing kicks off with one really simple but heavy question. Where does a poor student actually go? That right there is the engine of our story today. It perfectly sets up this uphill, tragic, yet incredibly funny journey for our main character. Because in this world, the system isn't just broken. No, it feels like it's actively working against you right out of the gate. And it all starts with that one rite of passage we all absolutely dread.
The 12th grade board results. It's pure panic, right? The government hypes up the results with all this massive fanfare, but the second they drop, boom. The haphazardly built websites instantly crash because millions of panicked teenagers are refreshing the page at the exact same time. And the best part is how the show spins this. The parents, who already have zero faith in their kid, instantly assume the student just sabotaged the computer to hide a failing grade. It perfectly captures that toxic mix of insane parental pressure and terrible digital infrastructure.
And that brings us to the dark, intense reality of results day. There's this hilarious, incredibly morbid moment where the friends realize that newspapers only print photos of the absolute top scorers, or kids who literally end it all. So they actually joke, hey, let's all stab each other. 1, 2, 3, our photo will be in the newspaper together. Yeah, it's super dark, but it hits the nail on the head. It shows exactly how obsessed society is with academic ranking. You're either a certified genius, a tragedy, or you're just completely invisible.
Okay, so you survived the boards. Great. Now, welcome to the entrance exams. Try to wrap your head around this number, 1.5 to 2 million. That is how many students are competing simultaneously. Over 1 million kids fighting tooth and nail for just a tiny handful of seats. The sheer volume creates this insane bottleneck, and honestly, standard competition just completely breaks down under that kind of pressure.
And here's where the satire gets razor sharp about the reservation system. Standard academic merit? Totally out the window. Instead, we see students hilariously arguing over who has the lowest gotra, or lineage, just to secure a reserved spot. It completely flips the concept of an academic race on its head. Suddenly, winning the race means trying to prove you belong to the absolute most marginalized category possible.
This whole absurdity peaks right in the middle of the entrance exam itself. The very first question on the test is, what is right to equality? And the student just looks at the examiner, totally deadpan, and says, "Sir, don't touch me." It's such a brilliant, straight-faced punchline. It really anchors the show's commentary on systematic discrimination, showing how these theoretical, textbook ideas of equality just clash spectacularly with the actual historical baggage these students carry.
But hey, let's say you actually survive the exams. Awesome. Now you just have to pay for it. If you need a scholarship, brace yourself. The requirement in this universe to apply for financial aid is 10,000 documents. 10,000. It's this beautiful, wild exaggeration of bureaucratic red tape. Applying for a scholarship literally feels like taking out a loan just to afford all the paperwork. And the clerks are going to find a mistake. They always do.
The absolute peak of this administrative nightmare is when a clerk demands a color photocopy of a specific document. The punchline here, the original document is in black and white. But, logic has absolutely no place in a government office, right? The clerk refuses to process the application because the photocopy lacks color, completely ignoring what the original looks like. It is the ultimate bureaucratic paradox.
So what are you supposed to do? Well, the animation shows these desperate kids physically rubbing red ink, or literally even blood, onto their black and white papers just to fake a color copy for this guy. And of course, in true bureaucratic fashion, the clerk still rejects it, casually saying the shade isn't quite blood red enough. It's such a funny, vivid way of showing how institutions force people to jump through completely impossible, illogical hoops.
Eventually, after surviving all of that, our hero finally makes it to Garib College. You're expecting a grand institution, right? Nope. The reality is that the college is located 100 kilometers away, literally in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by agricultural fields. And the main admissions office isn't some sleek building. Actually, scratch that, it's an old, shuttered grocery shop. The rug is completely pulled out from under you.
And the guy running this grocery store/admissions office just rolls up the shutter and casually goes, "Which degree do you want to buy? Not what do you want to study, but what do you want to buy?" That one line tells you everything you need to know. It's a transactional degree mill.
Classes, studying, attendance, completely irrelevant. You pay the fee, you get the paper. That's the whole shebang.
But hold on, this shady guy actually has a huge selling point. He proudly boasts that Garib College has a 100% placement rate. And for a second, you might actually think, whoa, okay, maybe this place isn't so bad. Maybe they actually get kids jobs. It builds up this massive expectation because 100% placement is like the holy grail for any university.
Well, let's look at the reality of that perfect placement rate. Yes, students are hired immediately after graduation, but they are placed right back into that exact same grocery store office to work for the college. Their actual job role? Brainwashing the next incoming batch of students to enroll. It's basically a cynical, self-sustaining pyramid scheme disguised as a college. They aren't producing professionals, they're just breeding their own salespeople.
Now, every college needs to advertise some kind of facility, right? Garib College doesn't have fancy labs. Their one premium perk is a free bus service, but the administration instantly regrets offering it. Why? Because the students' parents immediately hijack the bus for their own personal errands. You literally have parents stopping the college bus just to do their daily grocery runs. It's absolute chaos.
Speaking of chaos, you have to see how the college canteen operates. So, step 1. A student orders a samosa at the canteen, which is basically an empty hut with zero cooking equipment. Step 2. These two guys, Abdul and Rafiq, commandeer that same college bus. Step 3. They drive 100 kilometers all the way back to the city just to buy the samosa and bring it back. The canteen is literally just a delivery service pretending to be campus infrastructure.
But honestly, nothing tops the absolute architectural disaster that is the college washroom. Let's break down this compounding nightmare. First, they bought the land so cheap, they just slapped tiles directly over an open drain. Second, it's so cramped it has a max capacity of 4 people, and you are physically trapped inside until the person blocking the door finishes. Third, the exhaust fan was installed backwards so it actually blows the drain stench into the room. And to top it all off, the door opens inward so it physically smacks whoever is unfortunate enough to be inside. It is a literal masterpiece of terrible design. Which brings us to the architectural disaster that is the college washroom. Let's break down this compounding nightmare. First, they bought the land so cheap, they just slapped tiles directly over an open drain. Second, it's so cramped it has a max capacity of 4 people, and you are physically trapped inside until the person blocking the door finishes. Third, the exhaust fan was installed backwards so it actually blows the drain stench into the room. And to top it all off, the door opens inward so it physically smacks whoever is unfortunate enough to be inside. It is a literal masterpiece of terrible design. Which brings us to the ultimate question for this explainer. If the admissions office is a grocery store, the campus is in a remote field, the placement is a pyramid scheme, and the washroom is an open drain, what exactly is the student graduating with? This satire uses wild, hilarious exaggeration to hold up a mirror to the broken infrastructure and bureaucratic nightmares that millions of students actually face every single day. It leaves you wondering, are we building minds, or are we just selling paper? Think about that, and I'll catch you guys in the next explainer.